are in Mitchell's Plain, outside Cape Town in the Western Cape. The trade and the use of drugs is rife in this community of over 1.2 million. We came to investigate.
Mitchell's Plain is really having quite a lot of issues in pertaining to substance abuse. I can safely say that 40% of our young people in Mitchell's Plain is on one or other drug, and that has really destroyed our community. This is a place where you will find the activity of drug trade happening. This is the hype of the drug trade that's happening on this side. You will find addicts moving and roving around here. This is a place where they sell stuff that they stole at home. This is a black market for the stuff, and it's been sold here to foreign nationals. Unfortunately, it's Tanzanians within this particular area that controls the drug trade here. And then within the town centre itself, it's also our own people, which is South Africans, that's also trading with drugs.
Well, let's have a look. Okay, they're running away. They have a look there.
Yeah, they're running away. That's why they're running. They go running. See, they go running away.
This is the area of trade, and it's your foreign nationals that's trading here. Right down this lane, as this is their area, as they call it. So nobody can do them something. And so why they ran away, because they know us and they know that they are doing something wrong. So you will find barber shops on the other side. I just saw the main drug dealer standing there.
Yes.
He is there, and they're all running. You can see they're all going to leave now.
Yeah.
And where do they store the drugs? In their pockets?
They walk, some have it in their mouth. We've seen it in their mouth, and then they just break it off and they give it to you.
What drugs do you come and buy here?
I can buy heroin here.
And how often do you come here?
When I'm now and then in town center. Now and then. But most are here every day in town center to come buy the heroin here. They come rob here, most just to come buy the stuff here. When here stole someone's phone to come back, change it here just for the drug.
How easy is it to buy drugs here?
It's easy because all of them do have the drugs on them. And the police, most of them knows it because they just give the police 100 rand or 200 rand, then it's fine with them. But then they will, even for me who can buy it, they will then arrest me, but they don't arrest the big dealer.
Are police not acting? We see open trading taking place. What are police doing?
Police are doing raids here constantly. There is law enforcement. The town centre is 60% of the town centre belongs to the city of Cape Town. Law enforcement is supposed to deal with these issues on the town centre, and we should have that joint operation when it comes to the town centre with all the law enforcement agency and all the other institutions that needs to be part of it. It do take place.
Brigadier, how big is the drug problem in your policing precinct?
It's really severe, it's massive, it's spread throughout my precinct with different gangs protecting their various turfs, and we also have foreign nationals mainly in the CBD of Mitchell's Plain, and it's quite problematic in terms of policing because of the volumes of arrests that we have, and the courts are finding it difficult to cope with the amount of arrests that we make.
Brigadier, today we witnessed drugs here in the heart of the town centre openly being sold. How are you policing that?
We have operations that are planned on a weekly basis. However, you know that we are governed by the constitution of the land. The suspects are arrested, taken through the court. Most of the time they get bail. And quite often it's the result also of the jails being full that they get bail to prevent overcrowding in the jails. You'll find that some of those that you saw today are out on bail, they have cases that are pending. So, and the court process itself is quite slow. So you'll find that one case might take months or even years.
Now, are you making breakthroughs, and if so, how many breakthroughs are you on average making, and how many drugs do you confiscate?
Yeah. I believe we're making breakthroughs. We've shifted our strategy in the last few months where we are focusing on recovering volumes of drugs. For example, in the last week, we've recovered 300 units of TIC, 400 Mandrax, 500 ecstasy, and 400 also straws of TIC. This is also from one dealer.
Brigadier, there seems to be a correlation between drugs, firearms, and several of them have been recovered, violence, prostitution, and so on. Explain that to us.
Yeah, there is a definite correlation in that the drugs have turf where they're competing for the illegal resources that are there in that particular turf, including prostitution. And in protecting the turf, they use firearms such as these. We've recovered quite a few. These are some of them recovered as from the 1st of January. This is one of the 9mm pistols that we recovered from one of the suspects that was involved in a murder case. There's still rounds here. The magazine was still full on the one magazine.
The smaller one there?
Yeah. This is a .22 pistol, which is quite deadly and lethal. Although it may seem old and dilapidated, but it can cost a life. Yeah. Yeah. And most of these firearms are stolen through house robberies in other areas.
We decided to take to the streets and hear from families affected by drug abuse.
My nephew was 14 years old when he started using drugs. At the time when he started using, he was using the Dacha with the Mandrake, the tablet. That's what he was using. His father died 5 years later, and he was 19 years old when I went to fetch him in Menenberg. I brought him here, and he was totally mad at the time, to put it bluntly.
Drugs are tearing families apart.
Yes.
With your nephew, I could imagine you went through years of hell. Tell us about it.
I did. Although I wasn't living with him, my late mother was with him. When I took her away, thinking that, it might solve the problem, then the rest of the family where he was staying, they were living in fear. Even the community around him.
Yeah, what effect did your nephew have on your late mother's life? I mean, it must have been very traumatic for her.
I don't know, my mother she was totally abused by the children and the grandchildren because of their habits. But if you look at this child now, you would never say that is the same Bradley that came here 11 years ago. Although he's like, although he's a grown man with his condition now, he thinks like a 12-year-old.
So you are saying to us there is hope for drug addicts?
Definitely. If everybody can go through the health system like he did, then there is hope.
What is your message to the drug dealers, the drug runners out here on the Cape Flats?
I would want them to have an addict with them all the time and not be, I would want them to walk in my shoes, having an addict in the house here and not being a merchant, because their children don't use drugs. They don't use drugs.
As I mean, I could just rook it, dan kon ze net agterna weer gaan te waarde nie van die oudgeetjies solank dit net by die goedes is.
En wat doen dwelms aan 'n persoon?
Daai goedes gaan jy dood maak alkohol. Daai goedes is reg vir mense nie.
In a moment, we meet a mother whose children are active drug users.